feature address at this evening's award ceremony. She began her athletic career at age 15 in a male-dominated sport. 3 years in, she was injured and left to find her way. She delved into sports administration after pursuing sports studies at the University of Trinidad and Tobago. After 6 years of service, creating opportunities for women and girls in the sport of rugby, she finally had the necessary surgery with the aim of leading an active life. But life would take an interesting twist, with her not only returning to play rugby locally, but representing Trinidad and Tobago at the Pan Am Games. She's a visionary, a patriot, an all-round good person.
Ladies and gentlemen, to deliver the feature address this evening, please welcome Ms. Kwanieze John.
Your Excellency, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, good evening. It is truly an honor to be with you this evening. When I was asked to speak with you through this address, I must admit I was a bit vulnerable to share my journey. It was an intimidating task in preparing this speech, but I hope my words provoke your mind, and I'm hopeful that it inspires you to be the best version of yourself. Imagine your 15-year-old self with a dream of representing your country at the highest level. Feel the wonder of the possibility, the pure innocence and the joy of connecting to an idea bigger than yourself. I want you to bask in that energy. Now, imagine that the agony felt of it being taken away, the shame, the loss of hope, compounding the harsh reality that life is not fair and no one owes you anything. This was the beginning of my love-hate relationship with sport. If it was more hate than love, I may not have been in front of you today. You see, sport has the power to transform lives, and I was captivated by the opportunities it afforded me as a young girl. A mother-like figure in my coach, a safe environment, an environment to chart a course for my life. A possibility a young black girl from St. Bob's Belmont can only hope to achieve. A dream of creating her own life whilst representing her country. In pursuit of this dream, the unforeseen struck in Barbados in 2009. I got injured. My joy and excitement of the victories and winning the championship overshadowed the reality that I had torn my ACL, an injury that has been known to end athletes' playing careers. You see, the injury required surgery, a cost a 19-year-old and her family could not afford. This was when I discovered the harsh reality that life isn't fair, and again, it owes you nothing. What should have been a moment of devastation, however, was actually one of the best things that could have happened to me. I saw the opportunity to transform lives. At the time, I was the youngest member of the team. It came apparent to me that there was no pathway for more girls to experience the possibility and joys of this sport. My dream expanded beyond my personal affliction. It was at this moment I decided to shift gears, repurpose myself, and change focus from on the field to off the field. And so my exploration into sport administration and development began. The truth is, my work off the field offered me new perspectives, challenges, and opportunities to serve and represent my country far more than a player would have been. I really began enjoying the work in sport administration, coaching, sport education with World Rugby and TTOC. But the lifestyle I had and what I was encouraging women and girls to do wasn't fully aligned. I felt hypocritical. I needed to be the change I was encouraging. I needed to be active again. I believe to be an effective sport administrator, you need to remain an athlete at heart, so you don't lose touch with the requirements of sport. In 2017, 8 years later, I finally accumulated the means to do the surgery. I understood the physical challenge ahead, but I'm telling you, absolutely no one could have prepared me for the mental battle that ensued. Home alone with my thoughts, wondering why the hell did I even do the surgery? I vividly recall the struggle of lowering myself onto the toilet thinking, I really prefer to die from dehydration rather than to use the washroom. I recall the angst in anticipation of the unbearable pain and the tears that followed. Often it's your deepest pain which empowers you to grow into your higher self. I had to let go of who I was supposed to be and embrace who I had become physically and mentally after the surgery. This was the single best thing I could have done at that time. The thought of death of dehydration caused a self-reflection. I miss my sport. I love this game so much. I'm going to play again. Now, I had a blank canvas to recreate Kwanieze, the athlete. The sailing athlete and Olympian Andrew Lewis, on his recovery from his accident in 2016, commented, creating a whole vision, a success point was the breakthrough for him. And similarly, it was for me. On this blank canvas, I created that vision of not only fulfilling an active lifestyle, but playing rugby again. So, anyone in pursuit of excellence knows that this journey cannot be accomplished by oneself. To be an athlete in today's world of sport, to be truly successful, and I would go as far to say, to be the best, requires a multidisciplinary team. It is no longer a one-man or woman show. The hunt was on for local experts in sports, and yes, we do have them, to build a team to develop myself as an athlete. Athletic trainer, check. Strength and conditioning coach, check. Nutritionist, check. Massage therapist, check. Whilst I knew these were the expertise required for me to perform at my best, there was something missing. There was a disconnect as the work was being done, but the results were not as expected. The missing link, my mental coach. The development of my mental skills was crucial, making all the difference. A deeper understanding of one's personality as an athlete, self-regulation, and goal setting were a few of the skills critical of me transforming into an athlete, or transforming and having an elite athlete mentality, mentally and physically, I recall sharing with a few people that I'd be working with a mental coach, and everyone responded similarly. Nah, Kwan, you mentally strong. That will be the last thing you'll need. But contrary to popular beliefs, it definitely was the first thing I should have sought after first. Working with a mental coach still remains taboo today among some of our athletes and administrators. However, it proved to be the tipping point of confidence in my return to the field at the national level. The young girl's dream to represent Trinidad and Tobago at the highest level as a player was achieved at the recent Pan Am Games. A historic moment for our sport, achieved by 12, and I would dare to call them heroic women. Some of them are here tonight. I even had the privilege to coach a few of them, and what an honor it was to play with them all. The American Psychologists Association defines resilience as the process of adapting well in the face of adversity, trauma, tragedy, threats, or significant sources of stress, such as family, relationship problems, serious health problems, or workplace financial stressors. It means bouncing back from difficult experience. Over the last decade of my life, I have developed more love than hate for sport in general. I honestly believe in sport as a transformational tool. My life has evolved not once, but twice in the last decade because of sport. And on each occasion, I was propelled to create new visions, adapt to my circumstances, and lean on support from the wider sporting community. Likewise, in sport in Trinidad and Tobago, we've had some dark moments over the last decade. It is my hope that the sport leaders, and I refer to both athletes and administrators alike, can reflect on their performances and use the upcoming decade as a canvas to create a new vision, modernize our methods, and create success points. I challenge you to renew your minds, reframe your perspectives, and rethink your approaches to sport as we collectively pursue excellence. Thank you.